Guys, we need to talk about Mannerheim Line. Yes, this map, the map that everybody loves to hate. And specifically, I want to talk about this area down here, which is the heavy engagement area, right? This is where heavy tanks from both sides usually go and duke it out, right? It is my opinion that this area is completely tactically useless, and you should pretty much never go here under any circumstances, ever. And I'll tell you why. Let's walk through a typical game, all right? So let's say you spawn here, right? Let's say maybe your mouse or E100 or something, and you would normally come here and go this way. Once you pass this point, you cannot back out, right? There is no opportunity for you to leave this area. Once you are in here, you are stuck, right? You either duke it out with the enemy heavy tanks and you win, or you die. Why is that? Because the enemy will always have tank destroyers, almost always. They will almost always have tank destroyers that are going to be sitting up here that are going to prevent your retreat, right? They're going to have shots here, and they're going to have shots here. Now, the interesting thing about the enemy having tank destroyers here and, that they can have shots here and here is that they actually have shots on your retreat and your advance, right? So even if you win this whole area, let's say you crush and obliterate the enemy team, you are actually going to be in a crossfire of tank destroyers that can shoot you from this hill, and also artillery that normally sits around this area, right? Or maybe back here or something like that. Artillery will also be able to shoot you from here, and that's not it. Additionally, sometimes enemy medium tanks have pushed up here and they can have crossfires on you as you push in, right? From this area. So you're stuck here, right? So once you get in here, you're stuck. And if you happen to survive, it's a toss-up, right? If your team, if they're exceptionally good heavy tank players, maybe you'll survive, maybe you won't, right? But even if you happen to survive, you get up to this point, you are in a crossfire and you have no shots on anything. And the worst part about this, it's the same from the other side as well. Let's use a different color here. Even if you, spawn like right here and then you come down here in your heavy tank, you get stuck right here, right? And it's the same thing about backing out. You can't back out. Once you pass this point, you cannot back out because the enemies are already going to be in this area and they'll be able to shoot you as you try to back out of this area, right? So your only option basically is to win. Even if you win this, you will be in a crossfire between enemy tank destroyers that are going to be shooting at you from here, enemy artillery that's going to be shooting at you from over here, and possibly enemy medium tanks that could be in this area or this area, and they could be shooting you from over here. And on top of that, you have no shots on anything, right? You're going to be shooting, I guess, at the enemy tank destroyers. And even if you're, quote unquote, hull down, it doesn't really, offer you a lot of tactical advantage. You are not gaining a lot by going all in, going down into this area and trying to duke it out with enemy heavy tanks and not really gaining anything for it. So, this is what I would say. If you are playing a heavy tank, I would probably go over here, honestly. Or if you're in a super heavy, sit behind one of these rocks here or sit back here if you get the opposite spawn and just wait, because you don't want to throw away your life by pushing down here and potentially dying because your team are bad heavy tank players or whatever. And here you can be already safe. You can be already safe here, and you can, completely stop the enemy's advance as they push up here. The enemies are going to get stuck. Either way, even if they win and if they don't win, you can just advance with your team. There's really no disadvantage to doing this. But if you're in something like an IS-7 or an Object 277 or, something fast like that, I would highly recommend that you push this area instead and help your medium tanks out. So that's my personal opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and please let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.